Lassie has been played by 9 generations of the same collie family.
Okay, we're good to go.
Get quiet, please. Roll.
Laddie, come here.
And the last in the line is alive and well.
Stay. Stay.
Confusingly, he's actually a boy, and his real name is Laddie.
Stay.
Today, he's shooting a commercial.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
For millions of children, the Lassie films changed the way they thought about dogs. Wanted suddenly not as working dogs, but as pets. And today's producer, Diane Amble, was just one of them.
Did you grow up watching the Lassie movies?
Listen, I grew up, I was the best little child every week, because if I wasn't a good kid, I did not get to watch Lassie on Sunday.
My goodness.
So I was much better than I probably would have been because of Lassie. And then I saved up all my pennies and I bought my first collie. So everybody wanted a collie.
You had a collie.
I had a collie when I was a little girl, and I named mine Lassie. So I grew up being a real fan of Lassie.
Why do you think it is that of all the animals we kind of share our lives with, there aren't any cow films or... Do you know, I mean, what is it about dogs that makes them these enduring stars?
Well, because they're such an intricate part of our life. I mean, you don't bring the cow into your bedroom and it doesn't sleep on your bed.
Is that bad?
Well, maybe some people do, but, but really because I think they have been since the beginning of time right there at man's side. So therefore we have a love affair with them. We imagine, like I did as a child with Lassie, oh, I wish Lassie were mine. I want a dog just like Lassie. And I was lucky enough to make that dream come true.
Exactly like Derek the Cumbrian Shepherd, Bob is able to coax complex performances out of Laddie using skills and signals passed down through generations of both man and dog.
It's fascinating watching you work. Fascinating watching to see how you get, Laddie to give the camera what it's after, but also because you can't get away from the fact that there's 2 historic lines here. There's your father trained...
Right, my father trained the original dog, Pal. His name is Pal, for Lassie Come Home, and he became Lassie. He did 7 features at MGM, and then came TV.
With Laddie as a work tool, does that mean you have to sort of forego any of the companionship the rest of us look to dogs for?
No, I don't. Matter of fact, I keep him very close to me. The closer I can keep him to me, the more I can get expressions and things from him, because the more he knows my voice inflections. And no, he lives in the house. He sleeps in bed with me. Sometimes I wake up and thought it was my ex-wife. No, it's him.
Really? She had a lot of hair, did she?
Oh, God, the nightmare's over. It's just you, Laddie.
Films like Lassie changed the way we thought about dogs. In recent years, as their working role diminished, we've treated them more and more like humans. They've shared our homes and beds, shared our food, become our best friends and confidants. We've engineered ever more eccentric-looking designer breeds. Good for us, maybe. But is it good for them? What happens when you mess with nature? At an operating theatre in Cheshire, I'm about to find out.
Oh, I don't like that.
What's happened to our relationship with dogs in the 21st century? It's not what it used to be, that's for sure. For thousands of years, we were co-workers. They protected us from danger, provided us with transport, and helped us to hunt. It isn't hard to find evidence that the relationship has changed. I mean, no self-respecting wolf would be seen dead in this.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
And certainly not this.
You look beautiful.
Yeah, get that hair out.
Perhaps we've simply lost sight of the fact that they are still dogs, whatever we try to do to them or dress them in. Don't get me wrong, going shopping for your favourite pets is not in itself a bad thing. It all depends where you draw the line. I've brought Tina and Arthur to town for the day to help me investigate the nice and the nasty in the world of dog retail.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
What a great shop.
Hey guys. Hello.
You just got everything from every pet
Everything
supplier.
that you could possibly ever need. Anything from the very mundane to the very bizarre.
Yeah.
There's a multi-million-pound market for dog goodies in Britain alone, and it's growing fast.
There's some mad things. There's like, here, I'll show you. Birthday party kits, complete with doggy hats, doggy bags, doggy... See?
Yeah.
Bride and groom. A shell game, so they have to guess which cup the ball's under.
Get out of here.
Does she have bad breath?
How dare you?
Because they do a breath spray, and then
Well,
obviously
take
you
some of
spray
that.
that in.
With some of this stuff, it's only your wallet that's going to get hurt. Like a £200 Swarovski crystal collar or a designer fur jacket.
So you just put one leg through. I know.
You look like the milk tray dog. Look at you. You're silly. Do you like it?
Most dog merchandise seems harmless enough, but do some doting dog owners simply push things too far?
Do you ever feel that somebody comes in with a request too many or there's too much? Do you draw the line anywhere? What you wouldn't do for the dog's work?
The very bizarre thing that we get asked for a lot is vegetarian food for dogs.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like if the owner's a vegetarian. And that's a really difficult one for me because they are carnivores and
Yeah.
they do need meat in their diet. And people do dye dogs and stuff and do the painted nails and things like that, but we don't. I mean, we try and sort of accommodate
Piercings.
everybody. Definitely no piercings.
See ya. Bye. Come on.
We're constantly finding new ways of splashing out small fortunes on our pets, from hydrotherapy to holistic full-body massage. And in a way, this modern trend for treating dogs like dressing up dolls isn't that surprising. We've made them our biological playthings for centuries after all. Huskies, Jack Russells, Cocker Spaniels. Most of the 400 pedigree breeds were selectively bred by us to do jobs which needed different shapes, often for very different times and pastimes.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, Alison.
Yes,
Hi, Martin. Who's that?
Dandy,
Dandy. And who's this?
this is Carmen Miranda.
Is it?
His daughter.
Hello, Carmen. Oh, you soft girl. How are you? Hello, sweetheart.
Looking at them today, it's hard to believe that the bulldog was originally engineered by humans to inflict pain and suffering.
Oh, my God.
These ones wouldn't harm a fly.
How gorgeous. There's like a box of slippers. Hello. Hello. God, can I pick one up?
Of course you can, yes.
I'll pick you up. Oh, what's your name?
That's Spot.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yes.
Spot. And why bulldogs? What were they bred to do?
Originally to bait bulls and other bears and lions and
Right,
things
for
like
sport.
that. For sport, for betting on. It would be easier to show you on an adult dog rather than a puppy. I'll take his clothes off so you can see him better.
Oh, my God.
Go, darling. Good boy.
A naked dog, look.
Yes, come on then.
Wow, look at you. Whoa.
The face is designed that when he's jumped up and caught the ball by its nose, his bottom jaw projects in front of the top jaw so that he can hang on to the ball.
Right.
His nose is set back so that when he's got the ball, he can still breathe.
This is all bred into him.
It read into him. The wrinkles are to channel the bull's blood away from his
God.
nose and away from his eyes.
All those things, that facial guttering.
Yes, yes.
The world, thankfully, has moved on. We don't fight bulls and bears anymore, and most of the dogs once bred for a purpose are today merely a lifestyle choice. But for the dogs themselves, the price of their pedigree blood and their official pedigree shape has sometimes been far too high. These stuffed family pets on show at a museum in Tring were the lucky ones. Since their day, generations of inbreeding mean their pedigree descendants today are riddled with inherited diseases.